little bit about that, don't you?
What? Being me? I come back after 2 days and that's it. I'm going back on vacation. Leaving. All right, it was a cold morning, teens and 20s, and what's amazing is that at both Slidell and at Kenner, as cold as we were, these were not records. The record at Kenner was set back in 2018 of 20 degrees. We were 26. We were 16, I believe, was the record at Slidell, and only down to 18. Only down to 18. But teens on the North Shore, and everyone saw the hard freeze. That is not going to be the case tomorrow morning. And almost misleading with our temperatures for tomorrow. We're going to be in the 30s and maybe some upper 20s, but that'll be probably right at around midnight with temperatures rising afterwards, and will be on the rise before daybreak. So as most of us are getting up tomorrow morning, temperatures will already be above freezing and into the 60s during the day. We struggled to only get up to 40 degrees at Kenner today, and in the low 40s for most of us. Right now, very pretty sunset as the sun is going down, as we saw a little bit more high cloudiness around. Very dry air with a dew point of 17. So if your lips, face, hands cracking, that's why. Current reading is only 40, and that was the high for the day. In the 30s across Macomb and at Reserve already. Reserve kind of struggled all day today, as we did here in the city, but most locations stayed very chilly. Again, those dew point values are low, but will be on the rise later tonight, because we will start to see more of a southerly wind, and it won't take much for those dew points to kind of surge overnight. And with that increase in humidity, that will start sending the temperatures up. And during the day, at times, it'll almost have a more damp feel as those dew points get into the upper 50s. Light winds outside right now, but they are going to shift to more of a southerly direction. And we know it doesn't take much to begin those temperatures and the dew points, the humidity, to start rising. And in fact, the coldest of the air, that Arctic air mass that kind of became centered over parts of the northern part of the nation, have already started to lift back northward. So our sights are set back on western and northwestern Canada. But notice, if you remember back to last week, the Arctic air mass that was just kind of gathering steam, those temperatures were 15, 20, 25 degrees below zero. The air mass that will be moving south is not nearly as cold. Still cold, but not as cold as the air mass from last week that is still lingering with us today. So the Arctic air that will be pushing south and kind of bottom out on Saturday, while cold, is not going to be as frigid. Not expecting teens, 20s, 30s, yes, but not as cold, and kind of a quick rebound. We're going to start to see a warming trend as we head further through next week, and that will continue into the next several weeks. And in fact, a very high likelihood of our temperatures over the next 6 to 10 plus days of staying above average. So we are beginning to see kind of a pattern shift with a warming trend coming. Not so fast though. We're into the 60s tomorrow, yes, and low 50s early Friday before temperatures start bottoming out. Highs on Saturday and Sunday only in the 40s, and our morning lows will be dropping into the 20s and 30s. But then a quick rebound in our temperatures as we continue through next week. High pressure kind of up to our northeast is already starting to shift toward the east, which is why our winds are going to start changing direction. With an approaching front, or out ahead of the front, may see a few stray showers early tomorrow, about a 20-30% chance. It doesn't appear to be a whole lot of rainfall. Front moves through, may see a few isolated showers late Thursday night, and then that surge of colder air pushing in during the day Friday, and will kind of bottom out on Saturday morning and Sunday morning. So both Saturday and Sunday expecting a hard freeze, but only for the North Shore. South Shore temperatures will not be that cold. And again, while lower 20s, not expecting the lower teens that we saw today. Back into the 60s as we head into Monday, and low 70s with a chance for showers and storms returning next Tuesday and Wednesday.